We are going to start another video now. I had not intended to do this at all, but something is amok among my I Ching books. Therefore, we're beginning a brand new one. Now, what we're going to deal with now is I have many I Ching books, as you know, but I got a new one for a special reason. As you can see right here, notice the name of it. The Book of Changes, the original core of the I Ching. And you see who wrote that right down there. And he's quite a scholar in this field. And you see the proper things right here of the Chinese way the I Ching is listed. Now, he has a great deal to say in the beginning of this book about the origins of the I Ching, where it came from, different methods of using it, and all kinds of stuff like that. And what he says, among other things, is that he feels that commentaries really spoil the I Ching for you. You have to let it speak to you in your own situation without someone else's opinion being written about it. So therefore, when you get to the hexagrams, what you will see in here, now, for example, I have a little thing in here so I can remember where I was before. But what you will notice that when you see each one of these, now, for example, hexagram 6. Now that's the way the hexagram looks. But then what you will see here is all Chinese words and the way he translates them. And then for every line, the same thing happens. And on the next page, the same thing happens. So here, what you will see, especially on that second page I was just looking, it's called glossary. Now, after the main part of it, the main topic of it is written, then each line is written, then he has glossary. Now, what he does with that is he takes every one of these little Oriental characters right there, and he gives the glossary of it and some sources. Now, that gives what he thinks about it, and he says, don't confuse it with such and such's idea, or what it means, and so forth. So that glossary is what he does to give you what he thinks is the actual original, not anybody's interpretation meaning, but the original meaning of this. So one of my projects will be, when I'm trying to use this book, is to find other books that will help me understand where he gets the meaning of these little figures of Chinese words right there, and then his interpretation of them. So I have several I will be using for various reasons. One of these is self-transformation and the auricular. As you can see right here, the Practical Handbook for Consulting the I Ching and Tarot by Alan W. Anderson, who is a huge scholar in this field. And he has a section here on all of those Chinese characters, as you can see there, and how they should be translated and what they refer to. So I can refer to that as well. Also, I have the Richard Lin Complete I Ching with the translation and commentary done by Wang Bai or Wang Pai. And in here, what's also helpful in each section, that there are many of his notes on how Wang Pai deals with any hexagram, and those notes have much to do with the way these words are used by Wang Pai, since he was a great expert in especially the Tao of the I Ching. Then I have two others I may use. They're both by this wonderful Chinese scholar, Sung, Z.D. Zung. This one here is especially good in its own translation. Now, he does the leggy translation here. Then he goes on with his own, but he has all the Chinese characters there, which show every word in here, and that also will be helpful. Plus, he has another one which is even more detailed about all these hexagram names and so forth. So that is something which is usable as well. So I will use all of these to try to figure out what this one here means. So this will be called, when we put this together, I Ching Core 1, and it will be in the I Ching Study folder.